Let me tell y'all something up front. Your business ain't everybody's business. I don't care how old you are, what you've been through, or where you are in life. Some things are just better kept to yourself. Because the truth is, once people know your business, they start acting funny. I've learned the hard way that protecting your peace starts with protecting your privacy. I had a friend that I was talking to one time. My son says I use the term friend very loosely. But this was a person that was, sung in the choir with me at church and whatnot. And so, um, we got to be close. Um, and like I said, a friend. I use that term loosely, my son says. But we were at a church function and, just sit chit chatting. And, she proceeded to tell me way more than I needed to know business. And then once she finished, she expected me to do likewise. That's not who I am. That is not who I am. And she got a little ill with me because, I chose not to share, my life story, or I won't say my life story, but I chose not to share like she did. And I remember years ago, I had a cousin to tell me, he's an older cousin, um, very close to me. He was much older than me, but I was very close to him. Um, but he told me, your business ain't everybody's business. And at the time, and I was younger, I was like in my 20s, I didn't quite understand what he meant. But as time grew on and life, you know, I continued to live life, I understood what he said. I understood what he said. And so I'm always saying, your business ain't everybody's business. Even when people come to me to tell me something, I'm like, look, your business ain't everybody's business. I appreciate you sharing, but that's something I don't really need to know. So anyway, and the reason I say this is because, just keeping it real, folks are quick to judge. I mean, you could be sharing a struggle you're going through, hoping for support from them. But instead, you walk away and they got side eyes and whispers. Why though? Why? Why? Because not everybody is mature enough to handle your truth. So when you let too many people in, you give them permission to put labels on you. Um, she should have done this. He's always doing that. And before you know it, they've turned your situation into a sermon about your choices. But here's the thing, people don't live your life, they don't pay your bills, they don't walk in your shoes. So why give them the power to sit in judgment over your journey? Sometimes silence is your best defense. Some people just don't want the best for you. They just want the tea. They ain't asking out of love. They're asking so they can have something to talk about. I've seen that happen. Just live long enough. You ever notice how some people's eyes light up when you start sharing this personal story? Baby, that's not concern. That's entertainment. And the same person that's just checking on you will be the first one on the phone saying, girl, did you hear about ... Your story is not their storyline. If you find yourself surrounded by people who want to know everything but offer nothing, that's a sign you should zip it up. Protect your narrative. Don't let them take your life and turn it into their little soap opera. And here's the most important one. Some things ain't meant for Facebook. It ain't meant for group chats. It ain't even meant for your closest friends. Some things are better left just between you and God. Because let's be real, God is the only one who truly understands the depth of what you're going through. He's not going to gossip. He's not going to judge you. He's not going to throw it back in your face. Sometimes the reason you feel misunderstood is because you're telling your story to the wrong audience. When you keep certain battles between you and God, you give Him the space to work it out without interference from other voices. And that's where the real growth and healing happens. So, here's the bottom line. Your business ain't everybody's business. Remember these 3 things. People will judge, people will gossip, and some things are sacred and only belong between you and God. So protect your peace, protect your privacy, and know that not every story is meant to be shared. Your life, your lessons, your journey. It's yours to handle. And it's okay to keep some chapters closed to the public. If this spoke to you today, drop a comment and let me know how you protect your business from being everybody's business. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you feel like there's somebody that can benefit from this message, please share it with them.